Hello you guys! So today's video is quite exciting because I'm going to be revisiting one of my first ever art supplies to use as a kid, which is colored pencils. I haven't drawn only using colored pencils for a while, and I'm going to be doing that today, so I'm really excited about it. Also, a big reason why I'm doing it right now is because I recently got this set of WOOMER colored pencils, and they were so kind and sweet to send this to me, so I'm really excited to use it today. And as you can see, bonus points for putting an adorable drawing of a cat on the cover of the tin. Also, this is a huge set. It comes with 72 colors, and here it is. It is so pretty and so sleek, and I love whenever art companies include tins with colored pencils because it makes it so convenient to store them, and this is just really nice, so I really love it. Okay, now moment of truth. Let's open it up. Ta-da! This is literally so pretty, and I love the pinks. As always, I just always gravitate towards pinks, and this is just the first tray, and I believe it also comes with a second tray underneath. So let me just take this out of the way without making all the colored pencils fall off. So this is the second tray. So you get a lot of colors, and there's a lot of variations. You get a lot of pinks, a lot of blues, and greens. So I think we'll be able to draw basically anything with this. And also what I noticed is that on the back of the cover, for the tin, it comes with the swatches and the shades of the colors, and also on the inside you can swatch that. So I'm going to, I think, take this apart, and then we can use it as a swatch sheet to do that. But first, before we do that, I actually really wanted to decorate the tin with some stickers, so I'm going to do that real quick, and then we can get into the drawing. So I've actually cut up the cover, and I felt so bad doing this, but here you can see how you can turn this into your swatch sheet. So it kind of works as a little booklet where you can put in all these swatches, and that is going to be so useful and is going to save us a lot of time. But if you also want to create swatches on your sketchbook or on any other paper, feel free to do so, because the colors might look different on different papers and different textures. But yeah, this is just such a smart idea. Okay, now back to decorating. I really want to decorate the maximalistic person in me doesn't really like to see anything super plain like this, so I want to decorate it just for fun. And I have this box where I store some of these stickers, sticker flakes that I do have, and these I actually printed out and cut them myself. There are some other stickers in there as well, so I kind of want to use these. I think some of them will really match. And I also have a lot of Chikawa stickers, which is literally my new obsession, so I want to use these as well. So let's just get into decorating. just going to start the swatching, and I'm going to be using this to swatch. And then later on, if I do need, I'm going to do swatches in my sketchbook for like a better idea of how these pencils work with the paper. So here are actually the swatches, and first impressions, I really love these color pencils. I think they are super soft and pigmented, but they are not like too soft where they break off easily, and I really adore the color selection. There's a lot of really pastel colors, which I love so much, and there's also quite a variation in tones. Like for example, you can see here in the greens, you get every shade of green that you could think of. So there's more like on the warmer side, on the bluish side, and also the browns. There is a lot of variation as well, which is going to be super useful in the skin tones. And I just love the blues. The blues are particularly so pretty. The only thing I would say is some colors are slightly similar, like these two pinks. If you get too close, you'll see that they're actually kind of different. Let me just show you. So here you'll see this baby pink is more on the like purple tone, and this is more on the warm tone, but still they are kind of pretty similar. But that is more common in bigger sets of colored pencils because there is only like so many colors, so I really like the selection that we have. So here I've got my current sketchbook, and I'm just going to see how they blend together, and then we're going to start with the drawing. Also, I'm mainly using this sketchbook because it is one of these sketchbooks that have like kind of rougher paper, which I like using that with colored pencils because it just like performs better. I don't know. Okay, the annoying thing about this sketchbook though is that it doesn't stay opened but will live. Okay, so I've gotten two colors that are opposite to each other on the color wheel, so we'll see if we can really blend them together. So we got this like really pretty orange. I really like this, so we're just going to start off pretty strong. As you can see, I don't really have to like press too hard. These are really nice and really like, I don't know, creamy, I guess. I just love them. Okay, and now we're going to be like putting the blue on the other side. I'm not sure if I'm doing this correctly. I'm not an expert, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so like fully saturate this on this side, and then we'll start bringing it in. Honestly, one of the things that I really love about colored pencils is how blendable they are, and that is one of the things that like really makes them a lot of fun to use. How blendable they are, and just how like you can really control how you're working with colored pencils. So that is something that I used to really love as a kid, and I used to use it a lot. Also, because these colors are literally opposite to each other on the color wheel, you're eventually going to get this like poopy brown color, which is fine, but as you can see, it blends in really nicely and really smoothly, and if you want to blend it even better, you can just like go over it and such. Also another thing that I wanted to test if the white can show up on black. So I'm going to get a marker and like do a black thing, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I found this permanent marker and hopefully it will work. I just want a marker that won't like create a shiny surface because I think colored pencils won't work if the surface is like pretty shiny. Let's just fill it in. Okay, that is pretty good. Good enough. Okay. Now we have our star, the white color pencils. Although I didn't show it before, but these pencils are super nice and they have like the color names and the logo written with this like gold chrome, which is super pretty. So I really love it. Okay, let's see how this will go. I kind of want it to like dry out a bit first. Okay, that is pretty impressive for a white colored pencil that is actually pretty pigmented. I'm quite impressed. I love this so much. Okay, let's draw a happy face because we are currently happy with the result. Okay, that is really nice. Oh, I love this. I love this. So we'll try to like press really hard so we can see how pigmented it can get. This is a pretty impressive performance for me coming from colored pencils. So I'm really happy with the result. Okay, so now we're going to actually move on to the drawings and we'll do some stuff first and then we'll move on to a bigger drawing. Okay, voiceover me here, and I'll keep switching back and forth, so hopefully that's okay with you guys. But here I was continuing with the swatching, and I don't know why, but I decided to do a gradient with my favorite color combo, which is pink and green, and then we actually finally start the drawings. And I firstly decided to start drawing cute pastries because this is just something that I'm really passionate about and I really enjoyed drawing them. So I first started drawing this croissant, and what I really like about drawing pastries or any type of food with colored pencils is because you can just like keep building up the colors and create a very nice gradient that looks like a golden baked goodness. So I really enjoyed doing that, and I did that for most of these like silly little drawings that I was doing. Also, these were mostly from references on Pinterest. I just searched up like cute treats and whatever resonated with me, I just drew. And actually, after I was finished, I realized that most of the doodles that I did actually draw were korilakkuma related. So I guess I'm kind of biased towards cute bear-shaped sweet treats or baked goods. So yeah, that was fun. But actually, talking about the pencils, I think they performed surprisingly well, and compared to their price, they're actually pretty affordable, and I think they're pretty worth it if you're looking for a set of colored pencils that is more on the affordable side but still performs really well, similar to other higher end colored pencils. And also, if you're interested, I do have coupon or discount codes that I will leave in the description if you're just interested and would like to buy a set for yourself. You might as well just save a little bit of money. So yeah, I'll just leave them in the description box, and if you're interested you can check it out. Now, getting back to the drawings, I decided to continue with my silly little drawings and draw a calico critter, and I just have a like strong obsession with calico critters, and I really want to get a calico critter in real life, but I just can't find them anywhere here where I live, and I'm almost about to cry because I really want to get like one. I just want a single one. And the thing is, I have found play sets, but I actually haven't found like a single calico critter, so I don't know what's that about. And it really makes me angry, but I just like wanted to let you know that I am on the hunt for a calico critter and I will not give up. Okay, also if you saw, I did do 2 drawings off camera. I did this like churro looking donut and this like Hello Kitty thing. I'm not sure what it is. It's like a biscuit or something. So yeah, I ended up doing these like off camera, just like doing more testing, and I actually really liked how they turned out. Now coming back to our beautiful calico critter, I decided to just draw this like cute little, I think it's a lamb, or it may be a dog, but I think it is a lamb and it's holding an umbrella, and it's literally the cutest thing ever. Also here I was doing my 3rd korilakkuma, but this is like more of korilakkuma than korilakkuma. But anyways, I did this like, I think it's an ice cream of some sort, and it's in a fancy glass and it has strawberries, so I decided to draw it, and I actually had a lot of fun doing this. So as you can see, I just like started off with a sketch using a lighter pencil, which I always choose pink or like orange or skin color because then it doesn't like show up on top again. And then I just like went in with colors and kept building them up as I go, or if I just wanted a simple like soft shade of color, I just like kept it as it is. But I really enjoyed this drawing, and I really enjoyed drawing these strawberries. There's just something about drawing strawberries and cute things that makes me really happy, so I was really happy doing that. So here is how this spread turned out, and I think it looks really cute. I really am in love with everything that I drew here. Okay, now moving on to a slightly bigger drawing, and that is why I moved to my bigger sketchbook. I just like wanted to have a like bigger space to draw, so I decided to draw a portrait. I didn't want to go with something really out of my comfort zone because I'm still testing these out, and let me tell you, this was all I did as a child, and this brought me so many memories. So when I started like doing art, I would like only use color pencils the same way that I'm doing right now, which is like only using color pencils, doing like a simple line art at first, and then like going in with the colors. And sometimes I didn't even do line art. I would just like go with the colored pencils and go ham. So this brought me so many memories. And I was really rusty because I haven't done that in a while. I've used colored pencils recently, but only as a kind of helping art supply. I don't know what you call that, but like if I use markers, I would just like go over top of them using colored pencils to kind of like do gradients or make parts darker or kind of like focus on some parts and add more details, but I haven't actually used colored pencils solely to create an art piece. So this was really challenging for me, but I had a lot of fun and it kind of brought me back to my roots. So here, as you can see, I was just like building up the colors as I go, and at this stage I really liked how the drawing looked, but I don't know what happened. I guess I just like kept adding the colors and kind of harshly outlining her eyes and her features, and it ended up being a bit like harsh. So I'm not really that satisfied with how it turned out. I kind of liked the softer look more, and this is what I tell you when I say that sometimes I over render stuff or I do like a lot of details and then I end up hating it and liking the version without the rendering more. So yeah, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's kind of a love-hate relationship between me and this drawing, and at some point I kind of felt that this drawing kind of looked like Sabrina Carpenter, which wasn't intended, and I don't think it really looks like her, but it kind of like gives off that vibe because of the like lighter eyes and darker, like thicker brows. So yeah, but just to let you know, it wasn't. It was just like a random reference, and I didn't really end up following the reference. I just like drew the way her hair looked and the way the reference looked, but it didn't end up looking anything like her, which I'm okay with. But yeah. Returning with the colors, I did, like, as you can see, build up the lighter colors, and then I went in with the darker colors to give in a little bit more of dimension to the drawings. The thing is, with colored pencils, you have to use darker values to actually make the drawing pop and not feel like it's all like jumbled up together, and yeah. Also, as I started drawing, I realized how much I love the color selection for this set. There are just like so many pretty colors, and I really loved the selection of pinks and browns and blues, especially. Like, all the colors are so pretty, and there were a lot of pastels, which I really appreciate because these are the colors that are kind of like harder to find and like normal colored pencil sets for me. And also there was like one specific pink which was like cinnamon something. I don't really remember, but it was such a pretty kind of muted pink, and I've never found a shade like this, and I really enjoyed that shade. So yeah. Okay, so as I did in my last videos, I'm just going to show you like a recap of what we did using these pencils. So we'll start off with the bigger sketchbook, and it is this one, and we only drew like one thing, which you just saw the speed paint for, and it is this portrait. I'm not really that happy about it, but I mean, I was kind of rusty since I haven't used color pencils only for such a long time. So it is an okay result. I'm not really happy about it, but it is okay. And now moving on. to the smaller one, which I love this sketchbook so much. And I think for the paper, since this paper was kind of like a bit on the rougher side, it actually took the pencils quite well. So here is the drawing that we did. I just filled in this spread with like a bunch of little cute things and pastries, and like a calico critter because I love calico critters so much. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the results. And I really love these pencils. Let me tell you, they are just like really, really smooth, and I just am obsessed with them. And I think I'm going to be using them a lot from now on. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!